I'm going to be preparing for events we have tomorrow. We have multiple photo booth events, so I'm going to be preparing for that. Also, we're going to be talking about mistakes I see photo booth owners make, and these are costly, expensive, and time type of mistakes. So let's wait for some people to get in the live. If you're watching this at a later date, let me know what city you're from, where you're watching, where you're tuning in from. I love to know that. So number one mistake I see, and it's unfortunate, it is not preparing enough for your events. You should never be in a situation to where you're doing something for the first time at the event. Also, you guys need to get into a habit. Get into a habit of practicing before your events. I'm not saying you need to set up your photo booth every single time. What you need to do is get your iPad, if you have an iPad booth, and run the session, right, the day of the event, if it's in the morning or the night before, and do some test photos. There's a photo booth owner I know, and this is kind of why I went on here. He literally had his first print event, and he just showed up without doing any practicing, thinking that it's just plug and play, and it's not like that. You gotta, there's things you gotta do. So let me know where you guys are watching from. Right now I'm getting the deluxe photo booth, and I'm putting it into the travel case. We are loading up. We're gonna have a pretty busy day tomorrow. So shout out to everybody that's watching. Again, let me know where you guys are watching from. I love to know. Right now I'm in Photo Booth 101 headquarters. We have our showroom, and yeah. So another mistake I see a lot of photo booth owners make, and it's a costly one, is it is running their ads, and it's allowing Facebook and Instagram and Google to optimize the ad. They're letting Google do the recommended locating, right? They'll one thing you need to do if you're running ads, you guys, make sure, we got Jeanette out of San Antonio. Jeanette, what is up? Miss Garcia in the house. Love it. The mistake I see is, Google does not know what a photo booth business is, as well as they would if you are in a business where it's more common, let's just say a liquor store or a tire shop, right? There's a lot of those, and they've been around for a long time. So Google will recommend, hey, let us set up the ad for you. It's easier. You don't have to do anything. But I highly recommend you guys go in and you manually do it. So that is very, very huge. Another mistake I see a lot of photo booth owners do is they're very cheap when it comes to their equipment. And I know this is shocking coming from the DIY guy, and I know you guys have been around and you've seen my channels where I talk about you can build your own stuff, but being cheap with the printer is the worst thing you can do. You can cut corners on your prop table. You can you could still make your own photo booth, right? But a printer is not something you should be cheap about. It will give you a huge, huge headache. And cheap printers are expensive. And I'll touch on that right now. You can find a cheap inkjet printer that you can use for your photo booth. But as you all know, the printers are cheap, but the ink is expensive. And the cheap ink printers take a minute and a half to print, sometimes 2 minutes. Also, they won't cut the strips for you. So if you invest in an expensive printer, any of the printers we sell on photobooth101.com, it's expensive, but it's really cheap for the paper and the ribbon. Also, it prints in 13 seconds, and it'll cut the strips and the prints for you. So, I've been in this business for almost 10 years now, you guys, and I still am OCD about making sure stuff is ready and organized. For me, our events for Saturday, I want to be able to just wake up in the morning and go to my event. It's the best thing in the world. The worst thing is when you wake up the day of your event and you're getting everything ready and, you forget something. That's a terrible place to be in. So, there's a lot of pressure and things come up, in life. So if you have an event tomorrow after this live, or maybe right now, if you have some time, it's 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, get your equipment ready, you guys. Get it ready, test it, load it into your car if you can. That way tomorrow, you just get up, grab a cup of coffee, and you go. So Jeanette, love it, is saying, that's good to know. I'm just starting my photo booth biz. Shout out to you. You're starting at a great time. There's never been a better time to start than now. I'm not just talking about the year, but also the month we're in. You guys, August is looking very good, and I know a lot of my other photo booth owners can attest to that. Life is good. Life is good. Business is good. It's going to be busy from now all the way until New Year's. So Jeanette, what are some things that you would like to know? What are some worries that you have about starting a business? I'm here to help. My whole goal is that you don't make the same mistakes I've made or the mistakes that I still see people in this business make today. We are setting up. I'm packing up this deluxe booth. One thing I love that we do is, the equipment that I sell on Photo Booth 101, it's the equipment we use for our rentals. Jeanette is saying, which app is good to use? I highly recommend you start off with Luma Booth. I have a sign-up code for Luma Booth. Jeanette, if you want that code to sign up, get a discount, send me an email, photobooth101info@gmail. I will send you that link. Another benefit of using the software and using my link, not just the discount, but when you do sign up for the year, you let me know, and we will get you into our Luma Booth group chat for support. I hear Halo and Luma. I'll be honest, I used to use that Halo app, but honestly, I think Luma Booth is a better option. And I don't know too many people nowadays using that app. Halo's been around for a while, and that's probably why you've heard of it. And Luma's been around for a minute, but I love Luma Booth's price. I love Luma Booth's features, and I love the team at Luma Booth. The guy that owns the company, he's always taking people's advice and making changes for the better. That's one thing. But the support is not great. There's some trade-offs when you have a really affordable app. You can have people ready to pick up a phone. You can hire 5 people to be ready for support, but that comes at a cost. And if there's more cost, that means that the software is going to cost you more. But it's a cheap software. It's so cheap. So I never relate to people that are complaining about software costs, because it's yeah, you can use SnapPick. That's going to cost you $170 a month or well over the $1,000 if you want to pay for the year. But, I don't know. Luma Booth is the way to go. You're welcome. You're welcome, Jeanette. So some other mistakes I see photo booth owners make is you letting their customers dictate their price and letting their customers dictate how their business operates. Just because you have a lead and you quote them $500, just because they ask for a discount doesn't mean you need to bend over backwards. Even if they give you the sob story of, oh, we only have $300, or the shit that pisses me off is when they're like, oh, another company said they'll do it for $400. You quoted me $500, they said it'll do for $400. I don't believe those people ever. Because if they quoted you $400, why are you talking to me? Why aren't you booking with them? And I refuse to lower my prices, and I'm not going to sit here and just say, oh, hey guys, you want to quote, you want it for $400, no problem. Because when you go down on your price, you devalue the people that are willing to pay you your rate, and that's not fair to them. It's not a long-term move. But what I will do, right? If someone says we can only spend $400, I could say, well, what I can do for you is I can definitely get a photo booth for you for $400, but we're going to have to remove some things from your rental. Or my favorite thing is, if your budget's $400 and you wanted prints, well, we can bring a digital photo booth for you. You just won't be able to get the prints. So instead of lowering your price, lower what you offer them. And if they are saying oh, well, we want this, we'll be like, well, then you're going to have to find a way to pay the price, unfortunately. And one thing I've been doing, I know this is going to sound wild and I'm probably going to get some shit for it. A lot of people have been reaching out and saying, hey, there's this company that is willing to do it for this price. And there's some times where people will have the audacity to call me and say hey, can you match this other company's price? They're willing to do it for 50% less. What I'll do is I'll say damn, that's a really good price. Do you mind sending me their info? Because I have plenty of events that I would love for them to do to where I can have them work for me. And whenever I say this, they never give you the info, because most of the time it's a front. And to be honest with you, I'm okay with losing these types of customers, because the people that want the discount, the people that want you to get paid less, right? That's basically what they're asking. They want to offer less money, are going to be the biggest headaches. My customers for my rental business that don't question the prices, they see the value in it, they don't even think twice. Those customers, easy to deal with. They let you do your thing, and they're not going to, it's just, I don't know how I don't know how to explain it, but it's just the truth. Like, the people that are pinching pennies, you know, like, to them, they're going to expect the world even after you've met them. And some things that they expect is things that are not even, dude, my hair looks wild. Literally, I've had an event where the customer was a hassle. They wanted a lower price. They ended up just getting a bare minimum drop-off package. I come at 11 to pick up the booth, and they're like, oh, like, well, we want it for like another hour. And I'm like, well, that's going to cost. And they're like, we paid you $400 for this. And I'm like, yeah, I provided the service. And of course, when I talk to you guys, I know I have a little bit of attitude, but with the customers, it's always professional. So how it happened is, we already paid you $400, you know, it's kind of expensive. And I said, yeah, I understand, but like, we provided the service we agreed to. You're asking for extra. And they're like, well, like, you know, you're not going to be here, right? Can't you just come back in an hour? And I said, I can come back in an hour, but it's going to cost you an additional $75. The lady was not happy about that. And it's just crazy. It's crazy to think that, like, you can feel so entitled. And if this was a customer that had paid the full price, you know, they didn't haggle, they understand that. And most of the time they'll be like, yeah, that's fine. We'll pay you the $75. So let me know if you guys have any questions here. I'm just getting this photo booth ready, multitasking. Tomorrow, our work day starts off at 10 a.m., dropping off photo booths. Then I have to come back to the store, meet up with some customers. Someone's picking up a deluxe rotate, and then the other person is just coming to the showroom to just see the equipment, which is fine. I love meeting new people that are getting into the business. It is a reminder of how exciting it is. I don't think I've ever sold, only one time have I ever sold a photo booth to somebody that was new to the photo booth business, that was zero fearful. My man Matt, Matt and his wife. If you ever seen the podcast, we did an interview with him on the Photo Booth 101 podcast. He's out of Orange County. He had a champagne cart rental, and he, zero fear, zero nerves, but like, he was already in the rental business. So I think in his mind, he was like, if I can rent out a champagne cart, I can rent out a photo booth. And he's killing it. Him and his wife are killing it. Killing it, killing it, killing it. Yeah. The thing fell over. Oh my gosh. That's what I get for this thing. That was funny. I'm not going to delete that. I'm going to keep that on here. That was a slow fall. All right. But yeah, to the businesses, the photo booth business is a simple business, you guys. Get people interested in your services. You give them quotes. They book your photo booth. You provide your service. And there's not much more to that. You know, once I also fell too on TikTok Live. I was in the chair and I moved and I fell. But yeah, this is an exciting time. The photo booth business has never been more profitable. There's never been as many events. I know a lot of you guys probably think I don't charge a lot, which we don't. My rental prices is really, really competitive. Very, very affordable rates. But we do volume. We do a lot of events. So we're able to make a lot of money, but we have to do a lot of events. And it's not hard to do a lot of events when you have a really good price. My pricing is like, on average for a drop-off, we're making about $450 to $500. And I know a lot of other photo booth owners that won't leave their house unless they're making $750. And that's fine, but shoot, $500 to drop off a photo booth to me is a no-brainer. So Jeanette or anyone else here, if you have any more questions, anything else you'd like to know about the business, if you're considering starting or if you started, the goal here for this live is to make sure that you guys don't make mistakes that cost you money and mistakes that don't cost you time. Another thing, Another thing that's going to save you time when you're networking with venues, right? Do not, and I repeat, do not just show up. If you just show up, I'm telling you, it's going to be a problem. They may not tell you, but some of these venues, when they're there during the week, right, when events aren't happening, they're typically in meetings with people that are going to rent the venue space, or they're preparing for an event coming up. And, I had an interview with, oh my God, what's his name? The owner of the Glass Slipper Palace. Damn it, I can't believe I forgot his name. That's sad. But yeah, he told me, he was like, yeah, do not just show up, because you're going to right off the bat be a nuisance. So phone call or email. Email first, and then phone call would be second. Because if you just show up, even if you just show up to my store without an appointment, without unannounced, and I'm doing something, I'm already annoyed at you. And that is not a good place to be. You don't want to start off a relationship like that. So email would be best, and phone call would be good. And another mistake is by starting off the conversation with, I want this, I'm hoping you can give me bookings, I'd love to work with you so you can hire me. Never start it off like that. How can you be of service to them? How can you add more value? First should be the first thing you say, and then maybe at the end, you talk about how it will benefit you. Think about it like this, right? A relationship. If you're dating, right? I guess we can all relate to this. If you go on like a first date with someone, and right off the bat, your date is talking about, in a partner, I want somebody to be there for me. I want someone there to cook me lunch, or whatever you want out of a relationship, right? It's like a turnoff, Also too, like never get straight to business. Never just like if you have someone on the phone, first of all, always ask what somebody's name is. That is like a great sales point is name, maybe like a quick little chit chat about something like, hey, this is Drew. Who am I talking to? Oh, okay, Jesus. Hey, Jesus, how's it going? How's your day? It's going great. Awesome. Is it busy at the venue? Right? And they'll be like, oh yeah, perfect. I'm like, so do you have a minute? Yeah, I have a minute. Okay, perfect. Then you can get into business versus of saying, hey, hey, this is Drew. And I'm like, hey, how can I help you, Drew? And then just getting right into the pitch. You gotta warm up a little bit, There's nothing more of a turnoff than just straight to the point and about what I want. So that's important. Did anyone see me fall? If you saw it, let me know. I can't wait to end the live and go back and watch that. Okay, perfect. K-Wall Comedy. Hi, considering starting. I've offered services for free, but can't seem to drum up any business. That's crazy. If you're struggling to do free events, I've never heard anyone having that issue. Make sure you're posting on your personal social media accounts, or maybe just send out a huge blast of text messages to everyone you know. Hey, I have a photo booth. If you're having an event or know anyone having an event, we would love to offer it for free. If you can't get someone to rent your photo booth for free, you're going to struggle 100% getting people to pay you for it. I can go on my Instagram account and my Facebook page and offer a free rental and have at least 4 or 5 people within the hour get a free photo booth. Jeanette, yeah, you saw me fall. That's funny. Dude, I broke the chair. And I knew this was going to happen. My wife wanted these chairs because they're cute, but I'm like, they look very cheap, and they're really cheap. That's like the second one I broke. The problem is I'm sitting in the chair. I know you're not supposed to be moving, but I'm moving. So some other mistakes. What other mistakes can you make as a photo booth owner? Not getting contracts. Get contracts for your photo booth business. I don't recommend you make your own, because if you're new, you don't know what needs to be in there. You don't know what problems can arise. So get contracts. You can order them from us, photobooth101.com. We have those available for you guys. You could have a lawyer do it. right? Ours were looked over by a lawyer, so I put everything in it that I thought needed to be, and then the lawyer looked at it, changed the wording, changed the verbiage. But it's a process, you guys. But even for your free events, you should get a contract signed. Just because something is free, right? Just because you're offering it for free, that doesn't mean that someone can't break your photo booth, right? Your booth can get broken, stolen. You still need a model release as well. So don't forget that. That's super, super important. Oh man, that's so funny. I am operating super slow right now. Terrible multitasker. All right. Okay, so the faceplate, booth 1 is complete. Jeanette, awesome. You got contracts. Yep, absolutely. Buying them from us is going to be a lot cheaper than getting them from a lawyer. They're going to charge you an arm and a leg. Lawyers aren't interested in just making $50 or $100. Like when they're doing work, they're usually charging a good amount. Also, too, a lawyer is not going to know. They're not going to know, does your photo booth rely on internet? Or they're not going to know that printers sometimes jam in a photo booth. What happens if they don't provide shade? Like a lot of stuff in there. So we have those for you guys. Photo Booth 101. William, what's up, friend? What's up? What's up? So just getting the booth ready. We're going to load this up in the Tesla. We're taking the Tesla tomorrow for the events. I'm trying to make it a habit because it's a lot cheaper to drive my Tesla than it is my truck. And the cool thing about these iPad photo booths, they fit in a Tesla. We're going to be fitting multiple of them. How's it going? Hey, how are you? What are you working on? Can I show them? So my neighbor here, Carmen, she has her party supply store, but she's also doing like decoration for events. So if you guys ever come by, you can check her store out. She's working on, what is that, backdrop?
It's a backdrop for a baby shower, but look at this. This is pretty cool.
Oh, that's the design.
It's
I love that. It's like the Mexican.
Like the Mexican Talavera kind of like style.
That's so cool.
This will go in there.
Ah. Oh, that's so cool. And you print all this yourself, huh?
Yeah. So this is going to get painted blue. And then this, we'll just tape it in here, cut it out to measure.
That's so cool.
And it's just we'll show you the end result, but it's pretty cool.
I love it. Yeah, I got a few people on the last live. They were like, I can't believe, like, I did the live, and then the next live, they were talking about, like, man, like this a $500,000 event. And I was like, they exist.
Yeah. They do.
Yeah. So.
You just gotta get the right clients.
Yes, exactly. So if you guys ever come by the store and you're interested in like balloon arcs or anything party related, she does sell supplies here too. So cool. All right, Carmen.
Are you doing an event right now?
We have tomorrow. We had a few pickups today, but today I'm just loading the car with the booths for tomorrow to make it easier. Yeah. Yeah. This August is like crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I had some people saying that this month was slow, but I didn't see it.
I think also because kids are out of school in the heat.
True.
But as soon as once kids get back to school, it just starts again.
Yes. Yeah.
So this August will be busy. Obviously, September is starting to get busy. They just have to keep marketing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Do you run? Okay. I'm curious. Do you run ads for your business?
I don't, but it is very, very recommended. It
Yeah.
helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I at the moment haven't yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Not really actually what I already have as a business planning.
Yeah.
That's help bring those people in here.
To buy some stuff.
I got a couple balloon artists that came in here and said,
Oh,
oh my
shit.
God, it's the convenience.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, that's true.
It's funny. I always tell everyone, like, if you're ever considering opening a photo booth store, it will not lead. I mean, not for this location at least. I think maybe 1 to 2 people since we've been here for like 7 months have came in. Oh, I saw the sign that I can rent a photo booth.
Yeah.
So like it's.
And it raises people's question. Like people that
True.
come in here, they're like, oh, what is that? And I'm like, oh, they rent photo booths and they
Yeah.
sell photo booths. So whatever you're in for it, they have it all.
Love it. So, by the way, if you guys are interested, look, celebrate and cheer Party on Instagram, but your personal one is like Carmen Ramirez. CR events. Okay, okay, yeah. So, very good info there. I just wanted to check in to see what you're doing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. See ya.
Have a good time.
Thanks. So, yeah, if you missed the last live, it was on TikTok. It wasn't here. She talked about how she had an event. It was like $500,000, and her pay for that to be like the event planner and getting everything was around $80,000. So, how crazy is that? That's one event, you guys. There's people that are really, 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 really willing to spend big money like that because, one, they can. Multi-millionaires. There's people with net worths of 50 all the way up to like 100 plus. But when they get married, they want to throw a big party. And that's good for people like us, right? People like her in the event space. So I got to take this stuff out of Tesla. So we're going to be making a few trips here. Yeah, and I love this business, man. There's all different types of clients. You have your corporate clients that are really easy to deal with, that aren't cutting corners, because most of the people that are working with these corporations, they got big budgets. So they're not worried about getting all of your upgrades. You have customers that do have budgets, but you know, these are just normal everyday people, right? Where you do events for them, they're super grateful. Treat you like family. You show up. Hey, do you want any food, anything to drink? A lot of the parties, when you leave, they'll ask you if you want a centerpiece. I've had plenty of events where they're like, hey, do you want to take a few bottles of wine home? Like, super cool stuff. And it's all and it's all just because you're providing a service that people appreciate. You know, you may not know this, but a photo booth is probably the least important thing at a party, but it ends up usually being the most fun and heavily used thing at the party. So the love you get is wild, man. All right. So we are getting one of these photo booths out of here. We're not using this one. This right here is for the pickup. And I'm telling you, for the pickup photo booths, I am throwing so many QR codes out here, you guys. Check this out. So for the pickup option, my whole goal is to offer the cheapest rental possible. But at the party, we got 3 different QR codes, right? On the DigiBooth, website, Instagram, and then get a quote is on the bottom. When we have our QR codes on our booths, I notice we're getting at least 7 leads through the booking form, through the quote. We're getting more followers and more traffic to our website. All right. So if you guys are still watching, what's some stuff you want to see? Look, you have access to me right now. Do you want to see the store? Do you want to see behind the scenes? Do you want to talk about more leads, how to grow your business? What are some other struggles that you guys have? We're an open book here, you guys. Hold on, let me put this down. We got time today, so. Love it, man. What a great, honestly, look at the chair. The chair, bro. Look at that leg. Oh my gosh. Whew. Steven is here. Message retracted. What'd you say? What happened? I don't see the message. All right. Photo booth number 1 Ready for tomorrow. I lied. I didn't push it up enough. Any tips on testing my market? What do you mean by testing? I don't know what that means. I'm sure to some of you it means, but you got to remember, you guys are talking to a slightly slow person. You have to be real specific on what you're saying, especially if I'm trying to do something else. But I'm not quite sure I understand what you mean. Is our other deluxe for tomorrow? Is that at home? You think so? Or are you sure? Okay.
¿Por qué?
Steven, 321 snap photo booth. Yeah, it says your message was retracted. Should I do ads to see if I can get business? Okay, I'll be honest, and I'm not saying this to be mean, but what do you think? Seriously, I'm not being a jerk, but I'm trying to help you here. I think you know the answer. And in life, if you have these questions that you know the answers to and you're waiting for someone else to respond or give you that, it's not a good place to be. And I know that sounds mean, but free events are key. Paid events from. Love it. So true. I think if there's a possibility for any way of marketing to work, you should explore it. So that is a bigger answer there. You're either going to spend time or spend money. And I'm telling you, once you find what works for you, so whether that's, let's just say you run ads on Facebook, it doesn't work. You do the networking and you're finding a little success, but let's just say you run ads on Google and you notice, wow, I got a lot of bookings from Google. Guess what? Stop spending money on Facebook and Instagram and spend money on Google. I don't want to put money because I don't think in my area that would make the investment. Poor folks around here. You'll make 0 shots if you never shoot a shot. I would rather try to run an ad and fail than to sit and assume that it won't work and never try it. That's a scary place to be in, is assuming you think you know the outcome of something you've never done and something you're not an expert in. Steven, network is key. I started about 3 months ago and I'm buying my second booth from Drew and I already have a 360 booth too. I take all of Drew's advice. Man, I got to get the bell from my man. Steven, where's the bell? Can't find it, but here's to Steven. Love it, love it. You know, I know a guy, and when I say I know a guy, it's actually my mentor. He makes about $350,000 a year with his photo booth business, and all of his leads are from Google. That's all he does is marketing. He doesn't really network heavy. He's just running ads on Google. And you'll never know until you try it, okay? So give it a try. I'd recommend throw $150 at it. If it doesn't work, it's on to the next, right? But one thing I can tell you, Kay, is don't waste your money on Yelp. Do not waste your money on Yelp. Do I need the prop? Shit. Hold on. Jose, is it possible to add an animated video at the start screen? You can put an animated video before the welcome screen, and you do that under the virtual attendant tab. Hey, babe. Any events have a prop table tomorrow? Okay, cool. I'm gonna bring it in then. Okay. William, are you getting good leads on the QR code that compared to other ways of marketing? Yes. Let me tell you why. Because with the QR code, right, you have the QR code physically on your photo booth. And if you have any of the deluxe booths, it's even easier because you can get a magnet made. QR code versus business card. Let me tell you the process of getting leads from a business card. They give you give the business card to the person at the party while they're probably a little tipsy or a little bit tired. Then you have to hope they remember to keep it, don't lose it. Then you have to hope that they call you, right? So you are wishing as soon as you hand them the card, the ball is 100% in their court. With the QR code, you have a QR code on your booth that says, get a quote. They scan the QR code, they put their name, their phone number, their email address, date of event, just those things. All right, so now the ball's in my court. At an end of the event, I might have 5 to 7 different forms from the quote forms. So what I do is I have the email. I will send out an email to them with the pricing, right? This is a little crazy here, a little tight here. So I send out the email, I wait 10 minutes. Then what I do is I give them a phone call. Hey, this is Drew. I know you are interested in one of our photo booth rentals for an event you have. And then I'll just say the date. And I'll say, I sent you an email. Did you have a chance to look at it? Most of the time they say no. I say, no problem. Do you have a second? Then I'll walk through the prices while they look at it over the phone. And then I say, if you want to reserve it, and if you book it right now, it's only $100. I can give you this discount since you're booking in advance. It's super powerful. I don't want the world to happen to me. I want to be able to happen to the world. And the QR code is one of those ways. I'm telling you, if you do it, you won't regret it. Also, in the long run, it's cheaper to have a QR code than it is business cards. So I'm all about making my business easier. And I think it's easier to have a QR code because most of the time I'm not at my events, like this weekend, right? I'm not staying at any of my events. Yeah. All right, let me know if you guys have any other questions here. Gonna be loading this photo booth. Photo booth number 2. Cool, and then now I'm just going to check the checklist bag to make sure we have all the small parts. I think tomorrow one is a drop-off. Well, all of them are drop-offs, and I think just one of them added the backdrop. which isn't the best. Normally would like all of them to have the backdrop, but what can you do?
For the global entry, what do you want to use?
Global entry, photo booth 101 info.
That's what you want to use?
That or hustle with Drew at Gmail. Either one, it's fine.
Okay.
Maybe the rustic one. That way, well, because then we both get the alerts. I feel like you don't look at the other alerts.
Well, I already did mine under mine.
Oh, okay. So, all right, guys, I'm going to end the live here. Thank you guys so much for watching. 40-minute live. Hopefully you got some value out of this. And don't forget, make sure to follow us on TikTok, Photo Booth 101 on TikTok. Thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. And if you guys do want to start a photo booth rental business and you don't know where to start, you can get your step one in, which is get your equipment at photobooth101.com. We're local, Hacienda Heights. If you want to come in person, check it out. Or if you want a virtual appointment, you want to see the equipment, you can book that on our website, photobooth101.com. You could do those appointments. We ship worldwide, so that's not a problem. Thank you guys. God bless. See you soon. And to all my photo boothers, tomorrow, if you have an event, Saturday, or even today, do not forget the content. The content is so important. Go into your event with 3 video ideas and execute those ideas. Think about this, If you come in with 3 ideas, 1, you want to get a testimonial of someone using your photo booth, that's not hard. You just have to have the courage, like you see someone use it, they enjoyed it, say, hey, really quick, like if there's no one else in line, can I ask you a few questions? This will help my business, please, if you don't mind. They're gonna say, sure. Hey, Drew here, I'm here with Raquel. Raquel, what'd you think of the photo booth? Oh my God, I loved it. I'm like, yeah, I saw you use it, you're excited. What was your favorite part? I love the boomerang. I can't believe it, I've never seen a photo booth, perfect. Would you recommend our photo booth to anyone having a party? She's going to hype you up. And then at the end, you say, thank you so much for watching, you guys. Contact me at 555-555-5555. Great video. That doesn't take longer than 30 seconds to a minute to ask those questions. Another video. Setup. Film your setup as a time lapse. Get a tripod, right? You guys, this thing is what I use for my lives. It's what I use for pretty much everything when I'm on the go. Or you can set your phone, do a time lapse, and you can literally use that time lapse and do a voiceover. That is huge. You could start the time lapse off. Boom. Hey, this is Drew. Hope you guys enjoyed this video of me setting up. We are at a wedding here, and I arrived an hour early because that's what we do. We show up early to make sure there's no mistakes, and we want to be on time. And then you can talk about, like, right here, I'm setting up my premium backdrop. This is one of the favorite ones that people book, blah, 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 blah. That is video number 2. Video number 3, literally, once you have your equipment set up, film this video. Hey, Drew here. Today we are doing a wedding out in Pasadena at the Hilton Hotel for Jared and Janie's wedding. And I want to show you really quick the venue space. Show them. And then right here we have our photo booth set up. They booked us for 4 hours of prints. We have the photo booth. Then we have the print station right over here. In my opinion, this is the perfect place for the photo booth because XYZ. It could be for a reason where you can go, if the photo booth was right here, the light would come in from the window, creating trouble with the lighting. So this is the perfect space. Really quick, let me run you through a session. Then you touch the photo booth, you show them how it works. Then at the end of the video, thank you so much. Give me a call if you want to rent a photo booth in Southern California, 555-555-555. These 3 videos, I like to call it ammunition. Meaning, when I get a lead and someone is interested in renting the photo booth, they're like, hey, can I get a price for my wedding? I give them the price. Most people will respond, but then you have a handful of people that will ghost you. When they ghost you, or even when they get a quote, I am sending at least 5 to 10 different videos, a dozen photos. I am not just giving you the price, I'm also showing you that I've done this before, that people recommend me. So get into a habit of going above and beyond. So the next time someone gives you a quote, next time you give a quote, instead of just giving what they wanted, also send them some videos. The video of that testimonial, the video of you setting up, talking about showing up early, showing the venue. Send them the video of whatever you have. example photos you've done in the past. So if someone's getting married and the theme is outdoors, right? Or it's a rustic wedding, and if you've done one before, why wouldn't you send them examples of the rustic wedding you've done? It blows my mind. That is another thing that's killing you, is you're not using all the ammo that you have. Other photo booth companies, they just give the price. They don't go above and beyond and show, you going that extra step of sending that extra content for them when they haven't asked for it could be the deciding factor if they book with you or not. And I promise you, it helps all the time. So, all right, guys, I got to get going. Thank you so much, Jeanette, William, Jose, K-Walk. Thank you so much. Steve, if you're still in here, appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. God bless. See you soon.